Hello and welcome back to Seconds Out. My name is Eamon Khan. Commiserations to Boogie2988. How you feeling?
Feeling better than when I went in. I'm pretty upset with the ref for calling that. I definitely do not see what he saw. I mean, I know it was a bit of a shit show early on, but you could tell that Jordy was starting to get I literally clipped his wings, and there was a very real possibility I was easily going to make it to the end there. But even if I wasn't, I would rather have gotten knocked out and made it as close to the end as I could. I think it's ridiculous that he called it there.
We'll dissect that in a second, but tell me, look, had you got your hand raised tonight, how would it have happened? What was the game plan going into this?
The game plan was not too far from where it was going to be. I knew we were using 16-ounce gloves. I know he can't hit that hard, so I knew I could just absorb them and block as many as I could. And I know that I've done more cardio work than him, so I thought for sure I would easily outlast him. And I think we were on game plan. I think we were there. I literally briefly heard him talking in the locker room, and he's like, I didn't have much left in me. Here's what he told his coach. And so I know for a fact, I'm here standing just as pumped as when I was in that ring. And I mean, I know I took some hard hits, but with those gloves, it didn't feel like much of anything, man. So I'm so frustrated.
I sense the frustration, obviously, that's coming through in this interview. You talked to me about the power. Look, you took a few shots. Your chin stood. Obviously, you stood up to that.
Yeah.
Did he rock you at points? What was that like?
Well, I mean, he got a few good hits in. It was mostly center of my head. I did get my chin once, but again, I could barely feel it, man. I got hit worse in sparring. So I'm just like, I felt like he could have done that all day. The ref is doing his job. I'm glad he's doing his job. Maybe he saw something I didn't see, but honestly, if I'm being genuine though, I'm pretty proud of Jordy. I feel like he wanted it more. I feel like we had the same amount of time to train, and I felt like he trained harder. He took the lessons to heart, and I mean, I think this is his redemption story, Wings of Redemption, and I'm glad to be part of that story.
You've got your own story too, and we'll get to that in a second too, but what was going on with your shorts? It seemed a bit of a problem there.
We just got them in. We had to get them altered. I mean, you got to remember, I only had 6 weeks left to prepare, and they don't make a lot of 5X pants, right? So we had to get them altered, and they were just too loose. I had boxed in them a little bit the night before, but there was very different when you're in the ring and you're actually sweating underneath all those lights. So they started to slide, and the ref decided to hit the pause button, and I always wanted to do whatever it took just to get back in the fight, so we just taped it right back up.
Did you speak to George afterwards? What did you say to him?
I told him, good job, man. Like, he really clocked me a few times, and I was really proud of him. And I know we've talked about maybe working together again in the future, whether it's a fight or whether it's a podcast or a show or streaming together, whatever it is, man. I'm just so proud of the guy. He really is. He's really killing it, man. I'm really happy with this performance, and I'm also happy with mine. I'll say, I never thought in a million years I would step into a boxing ring. 6 years ago when I was in a wheelchair on a mark cart, everything I did, I never thought I'd even be able to stand up long enough in there. I made it a round and a half. I was able to take it. I could have gone a lot further, and I really wish I had, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I have really turned things around, and I'm proud to have done it.
Yeah, I just want to get into that more. Like, one of your goals, one of your aims was to get the self-respect for yourself. Do you feel you've got that and you proved that to yourself?
Yeah, I hope there's people out there who saw that ass beating and still realize that being able to take that ass beating was the victory for me, right? It wasn't about dishing it out. It wasn't about winning it for me. For me, it was the ability to be healthy enough to stand in that ring and survive that fight. And here I am still standing after, and I'm goddamn proud.
Can we see you back in the ring, do you reckon? Or at least you continuing this journey back to full health?
I'll tell you right now, I'm so full of adrenaline. This is better than any drug. It's better than any food ever tastes. And I want to do this again. I love the attention. I love entertaining people. I love the fact that I feel so good right now. I'm proud of Jordy. I love my opponent right now. I'm so filled with joy. I can't imagine not wanting to come back and do this again. I hope there's an opponent out. I'll fight Jordy again. Give me a chance to train. Give me a chance to lose some weight. Give me a chance to get closer to his level and his skill level. And let's do it again.
You've got a final word then again, because there's a lot of scope on you. A lot of the internet look to tune in and comment about your fights, just in terms of proving those people wrong. You've proven them wrong tonight.
Well, there's a lot of people who said I would never step in the ring. I didn't have the balls to do it, and I did it. And there are people out there who said this fight would never come together, that we were too unhealthy, but we did it. Every single hurdle we went right past. And for those people, I say take the L, right? Take the L. I have to take my L. You're going to take your L with it, okay? But that said, I just hope it shows that I have been able to turn my shit around, and I've been able to get stronger and better and healthier. I was dying 7 years ago. I had a blood pressure of 280, over 180. They sent me to the emergency room when I got my medicals done for my bypass surgery audition. Like when I first talked to the doctor, they sent me to the emergency room because I was dying. And here I am, and I fought in the ring. And if I can do that, it's probably not too late for anybody that's watching this. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's do it together.
Boogie, congratulations on your win. You've been a pleasure to speak to you this week. Thank you so much for being in the Seconds Out.
It's been a pleasure working with you.
Hopefully I see you again soon.
Thank you.